We've all been there. You call your dog and it's like suddenly they've gone completely deaf. Today, I'll explain why recall fails and of course, what you can do about it. So let's talk about why a dog might not come to you when called. The first reason would be competing distractions. Picture this, you are starving. You haven't eaten in like 2 days. And you're at an all-you-can-eat buffet. You just got there and you're looking at all the food that is available. And someone from behind you calls you and says, "Hey, come here." Are you gonna come to that person or are you gonna go to the buffet? You're probably gonna go straight to the buffet because you are hungry. It's been a while since you've had any food and oh my God, it smells amazing. So that's like your dog. If they get away from you or they're out running and they're smelling all these amazing smells and they haven't had freedom in a while, and so they are starved for that freedom and stimulation and freedom of movement. So they're not gonna come back when called. The second reason might be your recall history. Maybe you've poisoned it. Think about all the times that you've called your dog to you. If a good amount of those times means that fun ends, so like you're at the park and you call them and you have to leave, or they're out in the backyard and you call them in and it means they have to come in. So if coming to you means that their fun ends a lot of the time, then your recall is going to suffer because of that. Another reason might just be lack of training. You know, maybe you're just not practicing enough. Maybe you're not building a strong enough history of reinforcement for coming when called. That could absolutely be it. So it's important to practice this, and it's important to start in areas that are not super distracting. So maybe your living room, and build up from there, not to immediately go to a really yummy smelling and exciting field, let your dog off leash, and then try to practice, because that's not gonna work unless you've built up a really strong reinforcement history first. So what do we do instead? Number one, you gotta make recall a party. It better be the coolest thing your dog's ever done if they come to you instead of chasing a squirrel. Oh my God, it better be good. Practice easy wins. Start small. Be in your house, in your living room. Call them 3 feet to you and reinforce that. Build from there. Build up a lot of really easy wins that you've reinforced before you start to raise expectations and raise criteria. So that means before moving out into the yard or out to a park or in a scenario that's very exciting and distracting. You've got to practice in an easier environment first. Don't be predictable. There's a ton of ways that you can reinforce your dog for coming when called. Treats are great, but they're not always the best way to reinforce a recall. Sometimes it's going to be play. Maybe you've got their favorite toy and you do a game of tug. Maybe it's chase. Maybe you run away from them as a reinforcement for coming to you when called. Maybe it's a jackpot. It's treats that are really, really amazing. Maybe you throw the toy. Think about what could be reinforcing for your dog for coming when called, and use that. And don't be predictable. Mix it up. Keep it exciting. The last one is do not overuse that recall word. Man, when you are working with your dog, the last thing we want to do is make a recall session go on for too long, because the last thing we want to do is have your dog thinking that recall sucks. Oh, it's boring. It goes on too long. So we want to make sure that those sessions are short and positive and fun. Recall really isn't about obedience. It's about showing your dog that coming to you is the best decision they could ever make, for safety and just for ease of living in this world with your dog. Keep it fun, keep it positive, do not overuse that recall term, and you'll have a dog who comes flying when called. Now, go celebrate your dog's next recall like they just won the Super Bowl.